Hi, it's Gina, and welcome to the Daily Quiet Life. I am a 61-year-old retired teacher and a widow. So I've been retired since 2019, and I have been a widow for about a year. And this channel is all about my life, navigating retirement, solo living, dealing with grief, having fun in your senior years. So hopefully that appeals to you. So come along today. Let's talk about what I feel are really important, 3 important things you should not overlook when you retire. Okay, here with Hattie, and one of the things that really makes a difference when you retire is having routine. You're so used to having routine when you work that it's important to, for me anyway, it was important to have some kind of routine, so I didn't feel like I was just, I hate to say wasting my time, but not using my time wisely, I suppose. Which does not mean a routine has to be the equivalent of productivity, which was another issue that it's hard when you've been working, that you feel like you need to be productive all the time. And when you retire, guess what? You don't need to be productive all the time. But as far as my routine, when I first retired, I had been really good about, oh, hang on, I need to put her seatbelt on. There we go. It just clips right into the belt buckle to keep her from being a projectile. I was really good about my routine that we would walk 2 miles a day. And then when my husband died, that routine just, all my routines faded into nothing. So I am trying to get back into routines again as far as working out and walking. Plus it's important for her. It's important for her because she has gained weight, because I have not been walking her as much as I should, not consistently. So I really have to do it for her, even more than myself. Okay, so today we are going up to the park. It's a county park. It's a really nice place to walk. There's lots of people. There is a sheriff's installment up there. There's always people working. So it's a nice place to walk. And we're just going to do a mile. I'm not going to try to get in 2 miles today because I have things to do. So let's get this routine back into being a routine again, for both mine and Hattie's sakes. Let's go for a walk. All right, that was a really nice walk. We got a mile in. Hattie enjoyed herself very much. We even saw a deer which there's a lot of them here, but we rarely see them on our walks. So now we're gonna go home and talk about some other things that I feel are really important to keep up when you retire. Okay, back home, I'm cleaning. And one of the things that when I retired, I had to make sure that I did not do, which I kind of started to do, was to fall into the mindset that I have time to keep my house up. Like, I don't need to dust today. I can vacuum tomorrow. I can do my laundry tomorrow. I have nothing but time. And then it slips away. And then you have even bigger projects and even more work for yourself. So I think another thing that's important is to not put things off because you have time. I figured, you know what, I'm here alone at my house, who really cares? But then I cared, and then when people dropped in, I was like, oh, okay, this is embarrassing. So one thing that I make sure I do now is I keep up with my house cleaning routine, because if I do it every day, and I do have days, like I made myself a schedule. On Monday I do this, on Tuesday I do that. When I do that, it makes my work so much easier and I get done so much faster than if I don't do it and I just leave it. So I am going to go ahead and keep on dusting and vacuuming and as I'm getting ready to go out to the pool. Second thing that I would make sure I prioritize once I hit retirement, now that I've been in retirement, is, and I take it from the Blue Zones. If you haven't watched that documentary, I highly recommend that and the book. One of the pillars of longevity in all of the places that have more 100-year-olds than any other place on earth, they talk about being social, prioritizing their loved ones, having the right tribe, and being around people and having those connections. And I feel like for some people, work takes care of that. You go to work, you see people, and then you come home. But then when you retire, that part of you is gone. And so you're going to have to really prioritize getting out, being with people, making connections, maybe making new friends, maybe still being friends with your friends from work. And I feel like if I hadn't had my friends and my family to make those social connections so that I'm not alone all the time, I think that it would be a much different, I would feel much different about retirement. But as of right now, I'm having friends over to go swimming. They are also retired teachers. And do we get together every single day? No, we don't. Is it nice to be able to once or twice a week make plans with somebody to go do something with them? Yes. And so I would say when you're thinking about retirement, I feel like that's really important. Even if you're an introvert, which I am, I do not need to see people every day, but that does not mean that I don't need connection. It's just that people are tiring. So when I do have time with them, I do need time by myself. So on that note, I'm gonna go out and wait for my friends to get here. Had a great outing. We went out to dinner at a local restaurant. We had a really nice, we had a really nice time. And we are planning some future outings. We're planning to go see the Jagged Little Pill, Alanis Morissette musical. We have that coming up tomorrow. I think we're going to meet to go to see an 80s concert, which should be a lot of fun. Just being able to hang out with, friends is so important in retirement. And these are all friends from my teaching days. So we're all, except one, we're all retired teachers. So now I'm home. I am tired. I wound up getting a shingles vaccine, and my arm hurts really bad. I did not sleep well last night, and yeah, I feel like I just want to sit and read right now. I feel like I could do what Henry's doing, which is just go to sleep, but I don't want to go to sleep yet because I'm afraid then I'll be up all night. So right now it's almost 7. It's 7. So yeah, if I go to bed around 10, that should be good. So what's another thing I've learned about retirement? You need to embrace your hobbies. You need to have something to do besides being productive around your house. Retirement gives you the opportunity to really delve into the things that you love, or to even learn new things. So, like, I've spent so much more time reading now that I'm retired. I was a school teacher. I taught 3rd and 4th grade, so I was always reading, but I was always reading children's books, trying to prepare, for my English language arts lessons, finding new books for them. So to be able to spend some time reading is wonderful. So I would say that's the other priority of retirement, is to make time for the things that you love. Another thing that I love is just sitting out here in the sun, reading my book, and then floating around with a drink. So one of the things that's on my 2026 bucket list, if you go back, I'll try to link the video, is that I wanted to see 3 live music events this year. So far I have gone to see my son's band, Pluck, in Rochester, New York. I went to Toronto to see Bruno Mars. And now tonight I'm going over to a local venue, and they are having a band that does 80s music. So I'm wearing this shirt again because I really like it. And so it's an outdoor, crossing my fingers that it's not going to rain. But once again, trying to check things off my bingo board for 2026, getting myself out there, doing something fun with friends. And it should be a good time tonight. Another thing that I think, as I mentioned, super important is to keep up with your hobbies. And every Christmas when I ask for something, I ask for something new, something that I can try. One of the things that is on my bingo list is to work on my dollhouse over there, because I love miniatures. But this was the new thing that I asked for. So I do have some flowers in here, so I'm going to open them up. I have never used a flower press before, so we are going to see. We're going to see how it goes. All right, let's see how this is going to look. I do have some new flowers that I want to put in here. And I mean, you can use them for such a variety of projects. But one thing that I learned also this year, I watched someone do some dried flowers in resin, and I thought that would be fun to learn. I'm always trying to expand my brain a little bit, give it some new things to focus on. So let's see how these look. Oh, they look really pretty. All right, let me get some tweezers and pick them up. Okay, I have my tweezers. I had to go look for them. Yeah, so what I thought, I could save these flowers and do some resin work, maybe make some stickers, use them for reading journal, because I do have a paper reading journal. There's so many different things you can use dried flowers for. I really like them in acrylic, like with between acrylic and then framed. I've seen a lot of really pretty floral prints like that. So there's so many different things you can do. But the point is, you know, just having some new hobbies to focus on is actually really exciting, because you're retired. You have the time now that you can devote to more fun, relaxing things. I feel like without some hobbies, many people just wind up scrolling on their phone all day. And I know somebody who does that, because I am on the receiving end of many of their reels and memes that they send me. And I know if I'm getting 20 or 30 a day from them, that's what they're spending their time on. And it's just like, find something. If you don't enjoy it, then you don't need to do it anymore. So let's take a look at these flowers. So let's see here. Oh, we have these. They turned out nice. This one did not turn out as good. I'm not even sure what that was. This one though, this was a phlox, and it turned out really pretty. So, and then I have some smaller ones that look like this. So yeah, and I have little baby ones over here. So I'm going to put these somewhere safe and then get my next group of flowers ready. Okay, I have to share this other new hobby of mine. I was given this by my mother-in-law, and I had never really seen these before. So it is like calligraphy. I have ink and a pen, but the pens are absolutely beautiful. Okay, these pens are like nothing I've seen. So first she bought me this kit. So in this kit, and if this is not something that interests you, scroll by, but it comes with a pen, and this pen is not something you fill up. It has grooves in the glass, and the ink goes in the grooves, and it has a nice little you know, a top to go with it, like that. But that's the basic. Then I have, which she bought me, these beautiful glass pens. And you twirl them into the ink, and the ink goes down in the grooves, and then you can write or draw with it. So I have this, and I have one with a longer point to it. But aren't they, they're just beautiful. I wish you could see it better. Maybe like this. Just so pretty. And then we have this one. Oh, and a cat. No matter where I film, she winds up being. So, go find yourself a hobby. Spend some time on your old hobbies. I think right now, I might draw a little bit with these. And since I have them out and play around with them a little bit, and relax, because it's going to rain. I was going to take Hattie for another walk, but I think I'm going to wait because there's some storm clouds brewing in the distance. So we'll see how the weather is. If not, she can go for a ride with me when I pick up my Walmart order. There's those storm clouds coming. So yeah, we'll see how it all pans out. Well, luckily the rain held off, never arrived, so Hattie and I were able to take our walk. We headed on over to one of our favorite parks that is on a local Finger Lake. It's beautiful because the walkways are very clean, absolutely stunning gardens. Most of them are memorial gardens. There's picnic areas, there's beautiful landscaping, benches to sit at, and it is one of our favorite spots. Walking has always been a favorite hobby of mine. I really enjoy walking. Okay, well, let's wrap this up. I'm sitting here eating my dinner. This has been one of the hardest things for me. I don't like to cook, I don't like to shop, and then when it's just me now in my house, it's harder because I just really would prefer to graze all day, so I really have to focus on making healthy meals for one, so that's been hard. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this little video. I really wanted to, maybe I'll even do a series, like really talk about things that I feel like make retirement so much better. Like so much better if you can focus on them, like having a routine. I mean, having a routine, and I am a type B person, so I am not talking about a routine where you are checking off everything you do at what time. I'm talking about a general routine that you get into, so it just makes, I just feel like having a routine makes your days calmer. You kind of know what's going to happen. And if it's not, that's okay. You know, nothing says you can't deviate from a routine. But it does help to have some habits. And then, obviously, to get out there and make your social connections. I feel that that makes retirement more fun. It keeps you from becoming isolated and wind up just staying at home all the time. And there's nothing wrong with being a homebody. I'm a homebody, but I feel like it's important to have some kind of connection with other people. And then really embrace the things that you love. Like find new hobbies, do your old hobbies, give yourself something fun to do for no other reason except that it's fun. And I think those are just really my top 3 things to really hone in on when you're retiring or when you're thinking about retiring. Like, how am I going to do that? And I think it will make your retirement so much more enjoyable. And obviously, retirement is already enjoyable. At least for me, it has been. And, you know, I've been retired. I retired at 55 and I'm 61. And I don't regret retiring early at all. So, hopefully you have stuck around this long. I would love to see your comments below. Like, subscribe if you would like to, share, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye for now.